Hello and welcome to IGN Anime Club, episode 61. Yay, anime!
Yay, anime!
I'm your host, Miranda Sanchez. I am very much full of allergies, so please excuse me today. But joining me, not full of allergies, thankfully, is Kallie Plaguey.
Hello.
Meghan Sullivan.
Hello.
And Mike Bummer.
Hey.
And we're going to talk about some anime.
Yeah,
yeah.
we're talking about all the anime.
Not anime.
And not so anime.
And you shall see.
Yeah,
Yes.
so maybe let's just do
Stay
the anime
tuned.
first.
Let's talk about some anime before we talk about some not anime.
Yeah, so what have you guys been watching?
I finally started resuming ReZero.
Hey.
And
I'm so happy.
last night I was getting so into it that I almost forgot to watch the Watch Party show. But then I did that instead, so I didn't get as far as I wanted to because I was
Cool.
like, this is so good. Who's this clown man? And
You're a good
yeah.
part.
Yeah.
You're a good
there's
part.
the
Clown
clown
man.
No
man.
Yeah,
spoilers,
like-
I'm still far behind.
That's not
Okay,
a spoiler.
it's
He's just a man.
No, I'm just
He's just a
saying,
dude.
like, from here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm only on episode 4, but it's technically like 5 episodes because the first episode's in 2 parts. So it, I was trying to count and I was getting all mixed up and stuff. But definitely something
so
I'm
much-
super excited to watch.
yeah.
Much better.
More
Like,
of.
That's a good arc, though. It's so good.
I just I like. ReZero is
I
maybe
know.
not the genre I would normally watch of anything. Like I'm not super big on fantasy stuff. It's not. It's like sort of fantasy. Like it's in a
Get that,
fantasy
yeah, yeah.
setting.
Uh-huh.
But it's normally something that I can easily get bored with. But I'm just super engrossed in it. So.
Yeah, just wait.
So if you haven't watched it, you now have 3 people telling you to watch it.
Yeah, I try to mention it somehow every week.
I know,
so
right?
Thank you for mentioning it for me. I'm glad you're watching. Yeah. And you're also continuing.
I'm continuing New Game. Okay, this one's interesting because I have no idea why I like this show. I think so. If you're just catching up, New Game is about a game dev studio with a bunch of women working there, and I think what I like about it is the characters. Like it's pretty fan servicey. It's moe. Like there's a lot of like slightly Yuri stuff going on. So if you're not into that, then like maybe it's not the show for you. But I find it really like heartwarming and fun,
That's
and
good.
I really like the characters, even with the panty shots. So that's the best recommendation I can get. I really like it.
I need to catch up on that. I'm behind on a lot of things.
Anime Twitter also likes it. So
Okay.
Well, there you
That's
go.
very true.
Nice.
I also watch ReZero because it's the one show I like have to stay on top of, or else I implode. Like I get so worried about spoilers, and also I just need to know what happens next.
Didn't they like miss a week? And I was like, where is it?
I don't.
Right? It was like
Maybe
there was like
between-
1 week they didn't show.
I don't remember.
Anyway, I was
But-
really sad that week.
Yeah, it's like it has to. No, maybe like really early on. I think
Okay.
maybe there was because there was some French.
or maybe
thing.
we were doing an event.
I don't remember what
Probably.
it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. It's just that really bad feeling when you don't have it. And it's so many feels recently. So if you want to talk to me about the most recent ReZero, please do. Me and Mike have to go
Oh,
hard
yeah.
together. Anyway, I've been trying to catch up on Mob Psycho 100. I'm like
Yay.
1 episode behind because the new episode came out yesterday. Today is Tuesday, for those of you listening. And that continues to be excellent. Like, I love that show so much. I love Mob's Club, the club he's in, which I won't say because like in episode 2 it's like a big plot point. But it's real good.
How do you compare it to One Punch Man?
I think right now I like it more than One Punch Man because
I agree.
of what, like they try to accomplish different things. One Punch Man, like Saitama is not nearly as interesting as Mob. I think while Saitama is fine, like it's a great show on its own, like what it does. But I'd like how Mob Psycho 100 is a little bit more like philosophical and like really into the characters as opposed to just being like a fun show about the superhero who's just too good. So like they do different things.
Yeah.
And I appreciate what Mob Psycho 100 is trying to do.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like I'm learning more about Mob than I did with Saitama.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
even though it doesn't have any hot robots, but that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know
It's all
that
about
yet.
those hot robots.
Big negative point
Yeah.
for Mob Psycho.
And Megan, you were watching the other psychic show.
I was. So because you recommended it, I started watching The Disastrous Life of Saiki K. It's really funny. It kind of reminds me of Gintama with that fast pace, like setup, punchline, setup, punchline. So it's got these little different vignettes about this pink-haired psychic who you'd think his life would be great because he can do all these amazing things with his psychic powers. but it just seems to make his life more miserable. And he doesn't mean to, but he sometimes enables people because they'll ask for favors with his psychic powers, and he'll be like, I don't want to do this because if I try to help you, you become even more lazy and useless. And it's just sort of this snowball effect about his psychic powers you'd think would be really cool, but you never think about the downside. So I like that kind of plot twist where it kind of shows you the, repercussions of having those powers, which aren't so great.
Yeah, it's funny comparing him to Mob just because their designs are so crazily polar opposite.
Yeah, they really
like he's like super pink hair, like the weird things come out of his head.
Yeah, like little antennas. I don't know what that is, but
And Mob's like super plain.
How he gets to the psychic.
I guess. I'm
That's how you
surprised.
tune in.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I love his really boom.
I haven't watched the
boom.
show.
It took me a second. It was just like, boom. Okay, got it. But yeah, I like his dumb friend though.
Yeah.
Whose name
me
I
too.
cannot think of right now, but he is the best. It's like, I can't read this guy's mind because he doesn't have a mind. He's really dumb.
Oh, it's like
so
Edward
dumb.
and Bella.
Oh,
Twilight.
Yeesh.
All right.
It's not.
That's
But yeah, but less drama and more funny.
Yeah.
more good stuff. And then I caught up on Amanchu, which is like my surprise happy anime of the season.
Nice.
I didn't think I would be much interested in a show about high schoolers learning to dive and becoming best friends. It's really about like
becoming
friendship.
gal pals.
Yeah, that gal pal thing. Callie's nodding like, yeah.
Like winking. I'm
Yeah.
winking.
Winking.
Just gals being pals.
It's more of like it's more like that spiritual, like there's that whole Greek thing about like physical love and spiritual love, and it's more akin to the spiritual love, so it's really, really sweet, but I really enjoy it.
Nice.
So I highly recommend Amanchu if you want anime and chill. This is like, the soundtrack is great, the anime is beautifully done. It's
You
just
get a fun Muppet girl.
they all turn into Muppets at one point. It's
love it
really
so much.
amazing. Like the whole diving club turns into like
Not-
different types of Muppets.
Not like a puppet, but like just the way they move. They look like puppets, like animated though, and it's just really weird.
Oh,
you
so
have
like
to,
ragdoll.
Kind of.
they get like really round eyes and just get. It's like
Do they get
googly
like
eyes almost.
floppy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
just, like, really cute.
I think Muppet is a good, like the way their mouths move and the way
it's very
their
fluffy and
their faces get really
Okay.
round. Like you have to see it. You just watch it, you guys. It's really cute and sweet. Whoop.
So
Yeah,
So it's
that's
an anime about
that's
Muppets
a thing.
that dive.
Yeah,
what you're saying.
it's great. And a cat that wears diapers.
yes, the cat's so
The
cute.
cat wears like
like
a
the cat.
diaper.
Okay.
I'm actually
or-
really interested
Cat's
about
great.
Yeah, the cat's
Oh.
amazing. The cat is
Like when my dog had to wear diapers, she was sick.
No, I think the cat's just making a fashion statement or is
Oh.
really
Fine.
dumb and doesn't
Just likes
have
being
the
in diapers.
yeah it doesn't have function. I don't know. It's not sick. It's very
Okay.
healthy. It's just it wears
good.
pants.
that. Sweet. Good. I'm glad.
What are you watching, Mike?
Me, well, on top of ReZero, Mob, a lot of stuff. Days. I'm watching Days. I gave Days another chance. At first, I didn't like it, but then I'm not caught up, and I'm digging it. It's weird because he, unlike a lot of the other sports anime, he kind of reminds me of Onida from Yowamushi Pedal, who he's he's really good at biking because he bikes everywhere. So now he's really good at his biking team. And then here he's he's not really good at anything, but then he just loves to run.
Don't you have to know how to kick things? I mean, this is a soccer or
That's
a football
why it's
thing.
different.
I mean, I guess it translates pretty well though because
Yeah.
one of the hardest things in soccer, I think, for me whenever I was playing was stamina. It's just
Yeah.
because you're
Yeah,
going back and forth
soccer-
so much.
Oh, yeah.
Soccer is a lot about running.
Oh yeah. So he has that for himself, but it's interesting seeing how they incorporate him to the team, knowing that he's only good at one particular thing.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I'm following that. Like they're about to go do the inner high, as do all anime. So right now I'm liking it. And because it's good, because I wasn't before, and I love my sports anime.
Yeah.
So Days, it's getting better for me. Another one though I've been watching, or gave another chance, is Taboo Tattoo. So this one I was like meh about,
Right.
and
It reminds me of this one tattoo parlor by or that I've seen a lot. It's called Final Sin Tattoo.
ugh,
So dumb.
Final Sin. It's
Final
like, ugh.
sin.
Yeah, tattoo parlors. Anyway.
Oh man, the one near my old place was just zebra. Just really nice and innocent.
I've seen
Is
them.
that they're really good at zebras? Is that why, or?
I don't know, because you get all striped. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like in zebra. Like I've seen the mascot. It's really weird.
Yeah. Anyway.
Tattoo parlors. So Taboo Tattoo.
Taboo Tattoo. Yeah, it didn't get better. Yeah, the tone is so weird in this show. Like at one point, it gets real serious, and they're having a sad moment, like the protagonist, and then something funny happens, and then a scene with bad guys happen, but then there's like a cute cat.
What?
And then it becomes sad again. And then, yeah, it's really weird. Or there'll be a fight, and then something cute happens, and then now it's like, oh, is this a comedy? I'm so confused.
It sounds like it has a problem maintaining its tone.
Yeah, exactly. And it just seems, it's kind of jarring too, the way that the scenes kind of like just go back to back from each other. Because the main reason that I liked the show was because of the fighting. Was because of the fighting. Psychopath's gunned down. And
Dominator, no.
yeah, like the fighting scenes are still cool. It's just, I just can't keep track of what's like, if they're trying to be serious, they're trying to be funny. Like, is this how the show is going to be for the rest of like the season? Because if it is, I am not down with it. So.
And that was kind of an issue I had with an anime like last season. It was the one with the detective guys that were based on like fiction. Like they're authors. I forget what it's called. People know, and they're probably screaming it. It's like Dora the Explorer. They're like, "Come on, Miranda!"
Yeah.
Anyway, it was the one with the guy who could try to commit suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, now I know what you're talking about. We
remember
watched
the
the first
name.
few episodes and I dropped
white
it.
Hair.
Crap.
Anyway, yeah.
Oh.
It's gonna kill me.
I know.
All right.
Are you talking about Bungo Stray
Yeah.
Dogs?
Yes.
That's it.
Yes, Bungou Stray
Good call.
Dogs. That's what
All
it
right,
was.
Kallie wins a prize. Good job.
Anyway, but yeah, that had like a similar issue where like it wanted to be very silly, and it eventually found its pace like toward the end. Like it tried to be too silly, too much, but not really.
This was worse though.
Yeah.
This is way worse.
If you want to see a show that does that really well, watch Soul Eater. That's really good.
Oh.
All right.
All right, but anyway, but yeah, so like, yeah, I didn't like it because of that, and also the fan service is, yeah, I mean, it's not too bad, but geez, it's all
Like,
over the place.
Yeah, like in combination with all that, it's just not.
Yeah, it's not worth
a
it.
good
So I'm
mix.
stopping with that, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the ones I watched this weekend anyway.
Okay. I
Yeah.
kind of wish we had like a sound effect for like drops. Show's dropped. Get out of here.
Make it graphic. I'll talk to Kirk.
Yeah, I wish I could have watched more this weekend, but I am reviewing a video game. An anime video game.
Ooh.
That some people have commented on because it's on PSN. And you can see the little notification that I'm playing.
You can turn that off, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it doesn't. It's fine. I mean,
Okay.
Someone has to review it here. Surprise.
Sure.
So I'm reviewing Attack on Titan. So it's exciting.
Yay.
And I'll have that review up, I think, Friday. So look out for that.
Sweet.
Good times.
So let's also talk about things that are not anime.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Not quite anime.
The topic of the day.
topic of the week.
show.
Yes.
So getting into it, we were. I don't know. I was just thinking about anime this weekend, like I do. And then I was like,
Crazy.
What?
Who'd have thought?
And then I was like, I want to talk about Avatar because I love Korra and like there's some stuff going on with Good Smile and them re-releasing the Korra on Android, and I was just like, it's not really anime, but it's totally anime, but it's not.
Where's
anime.
my Ty Lee figure?
Yeah, and so we just want to kind of jump into that and like talking about these shows that are really great and like are often confused with anime. Like if you just talk to someone like your mom and be like, "Oh, that Avatar show, that anime, right?" I'm like, "No, Mom, this is not anime." But in the spirit of anime, like it holds like a lot of great things. So we're going to talk about a few shows that often, or properties too, that often like get bundled with the anime thing, and just kind of give them some love because we love them. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So first, we want to talk about the definition of anime, as we've done before, just because it's kind of dumb. It is important, and it is important for knowing whenever you're discerning between different animation properties or explaining why anime is its own thing as opposed to just general animation.
Yeah.
Like from everywhere else, essentially.
Right.
Yeah. I actually had a conversation with Frank about this a couple weeks ago. And I
Frank,
was
who
like-
works at IGN.
Yeah, Frank Knight, who's our Frank Star Wars.
Frank Star Wars. Look it up. You'll find a cake.
Yeah, he made a good point that like anime means animation in Japanese, but but so that means technically here would mean animation as well. So it's kind of weird, but yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, so anime specifically refers to Japanese-made animation because it's like made in Japan, or at least mostly made in Japan.
Yeah, or conceptualized or produced. I mean, sometimes, as we'll see a little bit later, it's outsourced to other animation studios or for kind of support animation, like in-betweens and stuff like that, sometimes in like South Korea. But mainly it refers to animation that is produced primarily in Japan.
Yeah, and so that's kind of like the very textbook, like this is what anime is. And I think the reason for a lot of us is like why we discern it as something different, because it's like core of what anime tries to convey and how it's executed is just so different from most other animation, and because of it stylistically and tonally is so different, that's why we separate it as an anime. That's why it has its own show at IGN.
So one of the things we've talked about before is Western cartoons kind of coming in two flavors, for kids and adult comedy, versus anime kind of covering a wider breadth of genres. And I think Western animation is slowly evolving from that, and we'll get to that as well. But that's another thing that we've talked about, the difference between Western animation and anime specifically. It's kind of historically that's the trend.
Yeah. I mean, like a lot of things borrow from each other.
Yeah, totally.
So let's get into the shows that are not quite anime, but are anime. First off, we have to start with Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes.
Everyone's just like, isn't that anime? I'm like, no, it's not.
Okay.
But we love it.
Okay, it's not anime. It's not. However, a lot of its animation work was done by animation studios in South Korea, including JM Animation, DR Movie, and MOI Animation. JM Animation worked on in-betweens and second key animation for Fairy Tail and Persona 4. So they have contributed to like anime. DR Movie worked with Madhouse as well as Ghibli. I always trip up on that, Sunrise, and other animation studios, and then MOI Animation mostly works on Western animation. So it's not so much the animation studio and where it's located or what they work on, but this was definitely a Western conceptualized show inspired by anime, but not only anime. It was inspired a lot by Chinese history and folklore, Inuit culture, as the water tribe is Inuit, and Southeast Asian societies. So it's kind of taking from a wide variety of Asian cultures, not just anime, although the creators were inspired by anime in the style.
And you absolutely see it. And I just, both that and Korra are so great in that they encompass a lot of like the values of anime in a way of like not, so a lot of times with Western cartoons is that they end up being, like we said before, like very kiddish, or if it's for adults, it's very crude.
The first book of Avatar is much more kiddish. Then it kind of evolves.
I think like the good thing where it succeeds too, and we see this in some other cartoons that we could talk about later, and we did it in another episode, is that it doesn't talk down to its audience, even though it is kiddish. And that's like a really important factor when you look at cartoons, especially in the West. Like a lot of them end up being very childish, but then they also talk down to their audience. Whereas Avatar does not. And of course, another big thing is that it matures like so much.
It really does. And I mean, it definitely follows anime tropes as well. Like just kind of conquering your inner demons as well as the, enemy in the world around you and stuff like that. And just has like a brilliant ensemble cast of characters. And
does that have a beach episode?
It does have a beach episode.
I'm pretty sure.
Avatar's beach episode is the one where all the Fire Nation kids are on the beach and there's a bonfire and they're talking about their childhoods and stuff. And it's with Azula and Ty Lee and May and Zuko.
Love Azula.
I may have watched the show several times.
It's a great show, though.
I've only gone through it once. But also kind of
like my actual favorite show.
It's really the best.
I love Korra. I love Korra so much.
I hated the first season of Korra.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it so much. I love all of it, except I know that some of it had problems. Like I think the second season had some problems because it was, or like the second arc, because it was only intended to be like 10 episodes and stop.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, this is doing really well. Sorry, we got to keep going.
Yeah.
And so then figure out the show, guys.
Yeah. I could not get down with the first season. So I still have to go back. Sorry, Katie. Our friend Katie, who designed our logo, has been bugging me to watch this. I know
that show.
I know how it ends.
So
I know how Korra ends.
I mean, I think everybody does because it was like super spoiled on the internet.
Yeah.
It made me very angry. It's like, stop sharing that GIF, guys. Stop.
But also, it was a
stop.
like momentous occasion for cartoons.
Yeah.
And I won't say why, I guess, because if you haven't seen the spoiler, then good for you. Dang.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Korra, even though like I personally I think I was just like not in a good place and I got to revisit it, but it follows the same sorts of tenets that Avatar does.
Mhm.
I mean, it's still in the same spirit of the original.
I think it definitely jumps off pretty well from that though, because Korra is so different from Aang and like.
Well, no, I know. I mean, like it follows like the spirit of it,
Sure.
within a different story.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about the movies.
Oh God.
That's
Not anime. It's
what
not even
movies?
close to anime.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It doesn't exist.
You're imagining things.
Yeah, that's in some parallel
I had
universe.
a dream about it.
Nightmare.
But quick note, if you have not seen The Last Airbender, absolutely watch it.
Yes.
But if you want to watch Korra and not The Last Airbender, because The Last Airbender is so much longer, you would be okay just jumping into Korra.
Oh yeah, you don't.
Like, you don't have to watch
they're
one without
they're
the other.
standalone, but
Yeah, but you get much more impact if you watch. Anyway, moving on. So one that I actually started today,
Yeah.
RWBY.
RWBY's so cool.
It's so weird because this one is like even more so than Avatar, like paired with anime, but it's absolutely not anime.
Yeah, I think more so than Avatar, people
Yeah.
consider RWBY anime, but is further from our technical definition of anime than Avatar is. I mean, Avatar was worked on by studios that worked on anime. RWBY is completely U.S. made. It was done by Rooster Teeth's in-house production studio, completely U.S. made.
It's great.
But it's on Crunchyroll, right? And
Yeah.
it's like
believe
always
so.
lumped in with
Okay.
anime, and the cosplay community is really big.
And on Hot Topic section, they have.
It's true.
Oh, it's in
RWBY.
Hot Topics
They
anime
definitely do.
section.
There's a lot of RWBY cosplay out there.
I liked it. I need to give it a second chance though. Like it didn't quite. I think the first time I saw it, the fact that it was so anime based threw me off. Like at first I didn't like it. Like I had an aversion to it. I was like, what are you trying to be? Like don't try to be something else. But it was actually really good. So I feel like I need to go back and sort of be like, all right, just accept the fact that it's based. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but when I first saw it, it was off-putting. It was like, why are you trying so hard to be anime? And it didn't give me a chance to like appreciate the show for what it is.
How far did you get into it?
I had about 5-6 episodes, I think. So it was enough, but I think I went in there with a bit of a bias, and I want to go back and watch it again because now it's like, well, when I look back on what I saw, it was actually really good, and there was nothing wrong with it. Like the animation is good and the voice acting is good, so I just want to go back and give it a second chance.
Oh yeah, I love the voice acting. The animation threw me off a bit. It's only because like I follow Rooster Teeth, and I when that showed up, I checked it out. And it's funny because like you know who's the important characters because all the background characters are just like shadows, just like no face, all dark, like silhouettes and whatnot. So you can definitely tell that it's a small group that's working on this. But yeah, I mean the fight scenes are great though.
Yeah, the fight scenes are really good.
Yeah, I forget who's the creator, but he did like a Halo video in the same animation.
Monty.
Yes, he did a Halo video.
Red versus Blue.
Yes, where it was just like Master Chief, like just doing all these like action sequences. I was like, it's in the same vein, and yeah, that's the main reason why I like it. Also, it takes place in a school, and there's like a tournament, so that's cool too. So
which is very anime.
Yeah, very anime.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm like, I was just talking to Miranda about this, but I'm like somewhere in season 2, and then I fell off because other shows came up. But but yeah, RWBY's sick. Yeah, definitely check it out.
Yeah, it's like I said, I watched the first episode, and the animation's definitely jarring.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Yeah, it's like, yeesh.
I mean, it's a bit older, too. I mean, and like we said, like this is like Rooster Teeth's like in-house just doing it. And it's pretty cool, but the voice acting I thought was really great, except for some like the minion dudes in the background, like characters. So
I didn't care about those.
But like, the core voice acting is like really great, and that's like always nice to see. And the music was cool, too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'll probably watch
that
some more.
intro, man, all the opening music. Top notch.
So it's kind of one of those shows too that because it is so popular, like I want to know more about it. Like I want to know why people love it so much, and like whenever I go to Contact, there's always a huge RWBY group. Like I want to know like what people love about that.
It's like super big on Tumblr too.
Yeah.
Like, all my Tumblr anime friends are like super into it. Like, maybe I should check it out.
It's also kind of weird because it takes that like lifts a lot of fairy tale stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For-
it's super based in fairy tales from my understanding.
Yeah, and so it's just kind of like, oh, I didn't expect that. I mean, kind of did like Ruby Red is like Little Red Riding Hood kind of. Yeah. I was like, all right.
Oh.
Get it?
Right.
No.
Yeah, so I was just kind of like, okay. But yeah, the first episode was, But I'll keep going.
Yeah.
I know the quality continues to improve.
Of
Oh,
course.
totally.
Yeah.
And it's only like 10 minutes long, right? It's not,
Yeah, it was
it's not
the
like a
first
full-
episode was like 12 minutes, but like 2 minutes of that was like a ending song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There we go.
it's very quick.
You can binge that pretty much.
Yeah,
All right.
it's pretty easy to consume. So there it
Cool.
is.
Sweet.
Yeah. So next, Mike, you wanted to give this one a shout out. Which is-
Thunderbolt Fantasy.
Yeah, Thunderbolt Fantasy.
Yeah, so this one's been weird to cover too because like when we were doing our preview, I was like, oh, we should probably include Thunderbolt Fantasy. It's like, oh wait, no, because it's not anime.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
actually animated.
No, it's not. It's puppeteers working with. I want to say it's like ancient China, maybe.
Yeah, it's based
Very-
on an actual genre
Yeah.
from China where they use puppets and they have similar types of
Oh
shows.
yeah, and oh my god, the just the puppeteering in that show is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it.
It's so great.
Yeah.
I've only watched like most of the first episode because I had to leave and I was really sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, the special effects and like how they do the action, it just feels so natural as opposed to being like weird, even though it's puppets.
Mm-hmm.
Like at first, I think some of the movement was a little, didn't like make me motion sick, but it was a little hard to adjust to. But like
I get
once
you,
you do,
yeah.
like it's great.
It's very stylized, and I love the art direction. Like
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the thing that I noticed. I was like, this is great direction for a puppet show. It's like really good.
Yeah.
And they have like these really elaborate sets. I like started studying the set. I was like, oh my gosh, it looks like a real location. Like they went all out. So this was not a cheap show to make.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I fell upon this. I think I saw the art on Crunchyroll, and I'm like, is this a Final Fantasy type?
I actually did it because Alexa from GameSpot would not shut up about this show.
really?
I was like, all right, I trust Alexa. I'm going to go on
Yeah.
Crunchyroll and watch it. It's good.
Yeah,
No,
Alexa's
it's good.
watched every episode like several times.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
She's super into it, and
Yeah.
I feel bad because I'm like, oh, I'll watch more soon. I'm sorry.
No, it's like in the fact like they have little tiny props like an umbrella or like a sword, and they do amazing things with that somehow. I don't know if there's a string attached to it, but like there's flips and like they're constantly juggling these things. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's really
Um,
impressive.
And the
Effects are
voice
awesome.
acting is great. Like I as I'm watching, I'm like, I can see this like animated. Like it's just perfect. Even like the way the puppet, like there's no really much expressions on the face or whatnot, but just the turns and like the way that they move them. Okay.
All right.
All right. Yeah. No. So Thunderbolt Fantasy, check it out. It's not really okay. But,
So if you're not watching, please tune into the video because it's hilarious watching Mike
this dominator won't
juggle
stay
things
still.
on her desk.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
not gonna stay.
Yeah. But yeah, Thunderbolt Fantasy is great. I need to check that out again.
Yeah, definitely gonna continue that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
On our next thing is not a show. It's just a property. Hatsune Miku.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somehow she gets thrown into anime every single time. She's not.
Because she's in the anime art style.
Yeah.
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 Whenever she's drawn or animated in any fashion,
Mm-hmm.
but she doesn't. She's not technically.
She's
She's a
program.
Vocaloid.
Yeah,
She's a program.
Vocaloid.
She's a
and she's also
Vocaloid.
now a superstar because she goes on tour.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is a video game character.
That's right.
Yeah.
Is there? There's not an anime.
I thought there was. No, I thought there was
So
one.
have you
Wasn't
guys heard
there?
of Black Rock Shooter?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's in
That one Android I
vein
want.
of Hatsune Miku because like there's a song with, and it's like Black Rock Shooter, and then the protagonist looks like Hatsune Miku, but it's not Hatsune Miku.
Oh.
Got some copyright
Yes.
issues. With
But
Yeah. Right.
I forget exactly how it works, but it's not a problem.
Okay.
Because it doesn't seem like it was a problem because it was fine and it continued. I think it was
Wow.
an OVA series, but it was really cool. And so, like, that's as close as I think she's gotten to anime, aside from, like, one-off animations like fans have done and stuff.
There's that one video of her doing Yevon Poka with the leak. That's not
yeah,
anime.
it's so classic.
That's
Yeah.
classic.
I'm trying to look up if she has
Yeah.
a short anime or anything, but I'm not seeing anything.
And so when we were actually, or no, I think it was just me. I went to go demo the new Hatsune Miku game. I was talking with some of the producers, and they're saying that one of the challenges of doing Miku games and localizing is like you don't want to give Miku too much of a personality. Like she has her own, but a big thing about Miku is the creators making Miku what they envision her to be. Because like she's so ubiquitous and like this character that everyone can manipulate to be part of their songs or part of their story.
Yeah, like
And
World
so-
is Mine and Song I'd Like to Sing are two very different personalities.
So, like, giving Miku a set character would just be, like, almost out of character for Miku.
Yeah.
And so
Gotcha.
it was interesting hearing that perspective when working with Miku and trying to, develop a game like that. So I don't think we'd ever, if not for a while, maybe we would, but see her get an anime?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, but also like I feel like I've seen her character in a lot of things. I just like the one you mentioned, but like
she's in Umaru.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's in Umaru.
Oh, she's like,
there's a character in Planetarian who actually the android looks a lot like her. Like there's just shades of her in there, and I'm like, so you see like tributes to her.
Okay.
My favorite anime is the Domino's app featuring Hatsune Miku commercial on YouTube.
Oh god,
it's the best video.
Yeah, look that up if you haven't seen it.
She's the star.
Yep.
It's really good.
Yep, that's
go look that up.
They should.
Because whenever I say her name now, I say it like the guy in that video. He's like, Hatsune Miku. And he like just says it like that every time. And it's like this weird sing song. Yeah.
So I've actually been on my phone a lot. If you've been watching the video, it's because I'm looking up an episode that goes really well with the next thing we're going to talk about. So Meghan added on Steven Universe, which is actually, I think, largely animated in South Korea, which is pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
And it's not necessarily like what we think with Avatar that's like, this is anime, but like it has such anime influence that it's just like one of those things where you're like, this is like really anime, but it's not anime.
Well, you look at it and it's very much in the style of Cartoon Network. You recognize that particular sort of weird, goofy, almost blobby style, and you're like, oh, it's clearly Western, but the heart and spirit of it is very anime, or it's about this, non-spoilery summary, but it's about this half human, half alien boy who he and his friends, which are these female aliens, or these gems that can take like these human forms, and these aliens, these good aliens, are fighting other gems who have been corrupted, and they're trying to take over Earth. And so Steven Universe and his friend Connie and like all of these different gems with like names like amethyst and pearl and crystal gems.
Garnet.
And so and so they fight each other, and they can like transform and they can fuse, and
Nicki Minaj is in it.
Nicki Minaj is in it because of course
Nicki Minaj is one of the voice actors.
For who?
One of Garnet's fusions.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look it up, but
I forget which one. I haven't really been keeping up with the show, but Nicki Minaj
like
is
a huge spoiler.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not going to spoil it.
I didn't know what that was.
Oh God, I accidentally.
That's like a massive spoiler.
No, I didn't know that. I've been spoiled for Steven Universe, and I didn't know.
I mean, it's not. I mean, like it's. So if you're not spoiled for Steven Universe by now, I'm really surprised because like it's really hard to avoid spoilers for the show.
I have never seen an episode of Steven Universe.
It's good, and it's what I like about it is also the it's very.
Did you write the time down?
It's very. It's okay, Callie. It's fine.
In the notes that there's a Steven Universe spoiler. It's fine.
All right, it's fine. Sorry, guys. Anyway,
is shattered.
No, the Earth is fine. Like it's fine. Yes, it has good music. Sure. It has good action.
I've only seen the first episode.
Okay. The reason I watched a bunch of episodes was because when we had Xavier Woods on, he kept talking about it incessantly, and it was that's my anime, that's my jam right now. And what I like about it is how diverse it is. Like the characters come in all shapes and colors and sizes, and it's actually really well represented, I think, from what I've seen.
It tackles really great themes. Like this is one of the shows I was mentioning before that handles mature things like consent and like your sexuality and sex like really well without talking down to its audience. And you don't see that in kids' cartoons usually.
No,
it's very rare, and it's not like direct on what it's saying, but it's enough to where like you understand what it's trying to accomplish. And it's very sad.
It's surprisingly like it has those quick kind of funny Cartoon Network type of jokes in it, but it gets very dramatic at times.
Yeah, it's super well done. We talked about this in length. Like, I feel like I'm going crazy because I know I talked about this a bunch in one episode because I was really happy to put a Steven Universe thumbnail on something, and someone was like, "Yeah, Steven Universe on I'm like, "Yeah," because like I keep up with it so much, and I don't know where we did it because I know we did a show about like cartoons and stuff that are like inspired by anime or like things that are inspired by anime, right? We did that episode.
Pretty sure we did.
We've done so many episodes. I have to think about it. We're on episode 61, so I'm like
60 previous episodes.
Yes, it's a lot of stuff.
A lot of opportunities.
But yeah, like it's just like another fantastic example of like how and like the anime influence is not like hidden or the games because like there's like Lon milk bottles in the back of like a cupboard somewhere and like in the kitchen and like you see Cloud at one point and it's just like a cartoon like it's just like an action figure that Steven has. Like there's just like
like
there's all these little things hidden in the show and it's really good. I think there's a Sailor Moon honeymoon thing at some point.
Nice.
I just like Cookie Cat. He left his
Cat's
family
great.
behind.
It's true. But yeah, just another show that highly recommend.
Yes.
Oh yeah. No,
If you
yeah.
don't take it from me and Megan, take it from Xavier Woods.
Yes, he is passionate about that show, and I trust him when it comes to anime because he is really on top of his game when it comes to anime.
No, yeah. I love the animations going on right now for like Cartoon Network, like the ones back on like SpongeBob and whatnot. Like they're fun, but like
Nickelodeon. That's Nickelodeon.
Yeah, also.
Oh yeah, I know, but like I'm just saying, like back when I was younger, like but now like like regular show, Adventure Time, like all these new animations have just been stepping it up. Like I feel like
Well,
at the
I would argue that 90s cartoons also did not talk down to their audience, like Hey Arnold.
Like
that's true. Okay,
There are standout shows.
And then, like,
that's very true.
friggin' like Peppa Pig happened. Don't even get me started on Peppa
You know what?
Pig.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
dear.
right. You're right.
Yeah, like
But,
there's. It's like for every generation, there's some animation that goes like unnoticed or unrecognized, and some or overly recognized and saying like, well, everything now is trash because it's not this. It's like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, there are other great things, but you just may not have
No, but
seen.
Peppa
Yeah.
Pig, she talks real slow. She's
That's
like,
true.
let's talk about music. And I'm like, I hate this. I hate it.
Maybe it's just because the references are older is maybe why I'm
Yeah.
thinking it that way. But yeah, no, like there's so many influences from anime in all of these shows, which is great. And I love it. And the fact that Western shows are doing that, or like using these anime influences, like TMNT and like Teen Titans, like very yeah.
Yeah, I think a big thing of that too is that a lot of the kids who grew up watching anime are now making cartoons.
Yeah,
So.
the TMNT one is a perfect example of they watched the original 80s show like I did, and they do their own thing, but they use the source material very carefully and deliberately. They even brought back Rob Paulson to... I just swallowed wrong and I just choked. Anyway, the voice of Raphael to...
Yeah.
Rob Paulson to do the voice of Donatello this time, sort of as a tribute to that, but they're still doing their own thing, and the animation style does
yeah.
remind me of Japanese anime a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, historically, Western and Japanese animation have always been learning from each other. So it's just really cool to see that continue so effectively. And we're getting like really new and interesting things out of that. Because I mean, even the origin of the big eye kind of style that we're familiar with is a lot of credit to Disney. Disney's style being adopted in Japan and kind of made into anime's own style from there. And so just the fact that we continue to get, like, now we're kind of taking back from Japan and taking that influence back and coming up with these really amazing shows that we
Yeah,
all
it's
like.
very cyclical, which is cool.
Now I read this, and I'm not sure if it's true, but like because manga wasn't colored, right? That you had to rely on like facial expressions. Is that a big thing of why anime it makes anime is the way it is because of that?
That'd be
Versus
good.
like comics versus they were totally colored and whatnot.
That'd be a good Jared question.
Okay.
Jared Petty.
Yes.
One of everyone's favorite guests on the show.
So Jared, if
Would you
you're
have-
Yeah,
So
Jared, if you're watching.
Yeah, please write in. You can email us at IGN
or you can
_animeclub
just walk over to our
@IGN.com.
desk and talk to us.
No, Kallie was smoothly interjecting how you can reach us.
Oh yeah, please.
Facebook.com/group/IGN Anime Club. IGN Anime Club official group. Hashtag IGN Anime and Twitter. IGN IME.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the above.
There you go.
Sorry about that.
So, moral of the story, like, they may not be anime, but don't ignore Western cartoons too, because some of them are absolutely great, and you may be surprised by what you find.
Yes,
So, yeah.
those are our recommendations.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, moving
So,
along.
we want to get into some fan mail, because things have
Yay.
changed in our lineup, and now we can do fan mail. now. So,
Yay.
Hear us. Because we get so many great emails, and we don't always have the time to respond to all of them, or sometimes they just get lost in the filters because, anyway, technical stuff. But now, we want to answer some fan mail. So, we have a great email from Victoria Marulanda, and she says, "Hi guys, huge fan from Colombia. Hello!
Hello.
Hey.
Just wanted to give you a topic for a podcast. The next 2020 Olympics in Japan are in Japan, and if you watch the ending ceremony for the Olympics this year, you know that Japan is going to take every resource possible to make it as Japanese as possible, aka make an anime. So you can discuss on who you think will be hired as an animator for the anime characters they'll show. Hopefully Miyazaki, Ghibli, which I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And what characters, anime games do you want to see in the opening ceremony? FYI, the PM of Japan dressed as Mario for the closing ceremony, and I don't know. I think it was supposed to be came out of a Mario green tube.
Yeah, that was super cool.
Thank you, Victoria, for writing in.
Thank you.
And hello. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the clip, absolutely go see the closing ceremony for the Olympics. It's so good. It's so weird. Like, there's Pac-Man shows up, and Mario shows up. I forget what other games characters show up.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I just watched the.
I watched like a big clip of it and how like they're worried about not getting there, and so he was like, "Just take the Mario tube. It's fine." And then he gets there, and he actually comes out on stage in like a Mario overalls and a hat, but it's like a cover, so he can just like rip it off and be in a suit, be professional. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. I don't know if they would make the whole thing anime because there's a lot more to Japanese culture that they might want to include in that sort of thing. But I am super excited for them to be I kind of like, I'm like, maybe I should just train really hard and try to go to the Olympics. Free ride to Tokyo. Not free because I'd have to pay for a lot of training, but, and I would not succeed. But karate is going to be the Olympics. Yay.
Yeah, they added some new sports. And part of the announcement for the Tokyo things is that they had like this reel of like, I guess like Japanese athletes doing different things for the different sports. And they also mixed in anime. Like, I think there was a boxing anime. Like, I don't know if it was actually a show because it's like, it's kind of old, so I don't really know.
Ippo? Was it Ippo? Hajime no Ippo?
I don't think so. I haven't actually seen it, so I don't really know. Like, I know what it is, but I don't remember what it looks like. And so like there was just like some different like scenes from different shows, and it was just really cool to see that like mixed in and like how they're trying to like put so much of their culture in that.
I'm so excited for 2020.
I really want the swimming one to be like, you guys only swim free, and be like, hey.
Also, they already revealed a Pikachu pin for the Olympics because I'm on top
saw
of
that.
that.
So that's legit?
Yeah,
the pin?
like it's like a 2020 Olympics, and it's like a little Pikachu.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That's super cool.
It's really cute.
Yeah. So.
Get it for me.
Am I the only one who's a little concerned about this? Just a little.
Sounds like it. Maybe.
I don't know about stressing too much on the cute culture of Japan because Japan does have so much more to offer. Like, I think it's like the Pikachu pin is really cute and the Mario thing, but I got to be honest, I don't want Japan to stereotype itself unwittingly by completely going over the top with games and anime. There's so much more to their culture, and I don't want them to play to the I don't want them to play to the extremes of geisha and anime. Like, Japan has so many different layers and so much to offer. So I hope that they reveal more about their culture in the future. Like, I feel like that's a very easy, this is what you know us as, but there's just so much to Japan as someone who lived there and studied there and worked there. It's just, I'm a little concerned if they do this too much, people aren't going to take them seriously. It's.
Well, I mean, anime is super popular now, and I don't think anyone.
We're talking as anime fans, so I don't know how
Pikachu,
people outside of Japan are going to perceive it.
Like, Pokemon Go is like a craze right now.
Sure,
I mean, like,
and that's what I mean. I'm saying like small, like subtle things, but I don't know. It's not. I'm just worried about it.
So I'm relaying all the stuff geeky stuff that I saw in the video. Like, it's not all there was. Like, there was a lot of like scenery. Like, look at these cool places that we are from, like that we have that are culturally significant. Like, it was not just that.
Yeah.
But there is already a lot of it, and I think that's cool that they're tapping into things that are popular and that they are known for and embracing that, as opposed to just being like, well, we're known for this, but we're going to push it aside for something else. Like, I don't think that they would just like.
It's not going to take over.
Actually, have everything Pikachu. Like, that would be. I mean, I'd be happy, but.
I know. I want to see Mario and Sonic race down the track. You know?
Yeah, they actually added the Mario and Sonic.
Oh, wait, really?
No.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
But I would totally watch it.
We'll see. I have reservations, but we'll see.
Yeah,
and it's a long time from now.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've still got 4 years to go.
Anime might die by
the
then,
opening ceremony will be.
Might be gone.
If they just do like Spirited Away music for the opening ceremony, I'd be so happy. Anyway.
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean, like I said earlier, I think it's not going to be all.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not.
Highly doubt we'll see Goku show up and go like, it's over 9,000. It's like,
No, that would be the meme Olympics.
Like, I don't think we're gonna see like
When's
crazy
that?
stuff. I think maybe so. Like, when I forget which Olympics it was, but Muse did like a song for the Olympics, and it was like the theme of the Olympics. I think, where was it before?
London?
Yeah, it was London. Yeah, they did it for London.
They are British.
Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like, where was it last time? I do not care about the Olympics. I think it's really cool, but I just never pay attention.
I love gymnastics.
Gymnastics is amazing.
I like the Winter Olympics.
I hated the Olympics when I was younger because I was all like, they're so successful and I'm not. But now I'm like, this is just cool because I'm older than them now and I don't care.
I just don't have cable. So I'm like, oh, well. But yeah, so they did a song, so it'll be kind of cool to see like what Japan does for that and stuff, and how they.
Kiari comes out.
Oh my gosh!
Look, I'm open to my mind being changed. I mean, if they go full on anime, like they go 100% and are just completely dedicated to it, and Goku does come out, I don't know. But I'm also saying I just want to make sure.
What if they do Miku? For the,
they're gonna do Hatsune Miku in there somewhere.
Like her concert comes out, like it's the thing. The opening ceremony is
I wouldn't be
Miku.
surprised.
Yes, that is probably that is probably in the works. Now
I
that you
feel like
mention
there's
it.
gonna be like a shamisen and like something with tea ceremonies or something like more classic.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to go full on.
Yeah.
Full on anime.
It's time for pantsu. Like it's not gonna be like. It's not going to be like, who is your best girl? Gold medal to the best girl. Like, they're not going to.
So what if we just do the anime Olympics?
Oh, we should do it. Yeah, we
like
should
I
do our
said,
own.
this is not the meme
Anime
Olympics.
That's actually not a bad idea.
So stay tuned in 2020 for IGN Anime Club has this anime Olympics.
That sounds like a great
Got a
idea.
lot of time to plan this.
Yep.
I
Who will
don't
be
mind
best
that.
Who is your husband? Which husband will win? The hearts of millions.
The battle of the husbando.
The more we talk about it, the more I want to do it. Just saying.
It's like, let's make this happen, guys. Anyway.
But yes,
Anyway.
great question.
Yeah, thank you so much for writing in. And again, you guys can write into us at IGN_Anime Club at IGN.com. That's our email address. And then you can join our Facebook group, which is Facebook.com/group/IGN Anime Club. Wonderful group where we all talk and have a good time.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. We also talk about our watch party, which is just starting.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
I'm so excited. So if you haven't tuned in before, our watch party is where we watch 2 episodes of a show chosen by you guys every week. And right now we are starting a brand new watch party with Psychopaths.
So if you haven't participated, now's the time to start because we're just starting.
Please watch Berserk, and we love getting like tons of comments from everybody else. If you guys don't know, we record on Tuesday morning, so if you get comments in before then we will absolutely do our best to rate them on the show, especially if you have like some cool points to point out. So we definitely want to talk about them, and now we will proceed to talk about them. Yeah. So first, who has not seen Psychopaths here?
I've not seen Psychopaths.
I've seen the first half of the first season.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
I've not. I didn't even know what it was about.
Oh,
Nice.
cool. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So, pretty much it's Minority Report.
Yeah, it really is. It's Minority
But-
Report. The end.
No, I gathered
no,
that. Yeah.
Yes.
But way better than
Oh, yeah.
Minority Report, because Minority
yeah.
Report sucks.
Yeah.
Is Tom Cruise in that?
Yes.
That's why it sucks.
What? Okay, I got to throw down for a second. Like, look, the
He's
guy
awful.
is crazy,
He's
but
awful.
he's an amazing actor. He's an amazing actor. I've never
Psychopaths is
seen him
definitely
act.
better.
I don't know. There's a redheaded anime boy in this, which means I'm gonna like it.
true. There is
I'm
a
in love
redheaded
with
That's true.
every redheaded anime boy, no exceptions.
And he's the fun guy in this
He's
one.
good. He's really good.
I'm in love with all of them. They're all my husbando.
Yeah. So what do you think so far? Since it's your very first episode or 2 episodes.
Oh, this is totally my jam. Like, it has sort of a 1984 feel to it. Like, there's a... Just from what I've gathered from... Because I think the storytelling is really strong. Because the first episode, like, I don't know what it's about at all. I haven't, like, looked into it at all. It did a really good job of posing questions that now I want answers to. So I think that's a really good way to get somebody hooked into a show. So I was really excited about that. And then just like the idea of, oh, we have this system that tells you what your talent is and like grades you on a job and decides if you're a criminal is very much Big Brother-esque to me.
Oh, yeah.
And it feels very influenced by Western sci-fi. So I'm super into that.
Yeah. Tyler has some good notes here. Tyler,
Oh God, did I echo somebody's notes?
No. He actually went
He
full.
just like gives us the rundown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He gave us the rundown, Tyler. Like, so Tyler DeBoer on Facebook, he written to us. The story was written by Urobichi. Bucci.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and-
Whoops. Who also wrote Madoka Magica and Fate Zero.
And Thunderbolt Fantasy.
No way.
He worked on that. Yeah.
Oh snap.
That's his thing.
So that's no, this storytelling's great. So this gets a bit dark at times, as his things always do. But worry not, there is some levity. The story took inspiration from Western works, LA Confidential, Minority Report, which we just mentioned, Gattaca, Blade Runner, 1984, Kallie, good call, and the works of Philip K. Dick.
Just all of Philip K. Dick.
Oh, yeah.
All of... Oops.
You're doing dystopian society. It's probably full of kid dicks somewhere.
Yeah.
He continues, we're off to an explosive start, literally with a small fast forward. After this little fight and talk, we go back to where our story begins. We start with Rookie Officer Akane Tsunemori on her first day and are introduced to the rest of the team, Officer Ganoza and Enforcers Kogami, Kagari, Kunizuka, and Masaoka. With the latent criminal and his hostage, we're able to see what entails in their job.
And entrails.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Also, that scene when they just like come out of their, I don't know, enforcer van, and then the psychopath gun like thing pops up. I'm like, oh, God.
So cool.
I love that scene so much. And if their psychopath is high, they get restrained. But if it's too high, they get popped like balloons. Which is that was not what I expected when I saw this for the first time.
That was sick. As soon as that happened, I was like, yo.
Like,
I don't want to.
dead.
It was like 1 a.m, and I was like, I don't want to go to bed, but I have to because I have a job.
Yeah, I know, right? Like literally episode 1.
I was surprised that girl was not covered in more blood.
Oh yeah, no.
She should have been
pool.
completely covered in like viscera.
Yeah, no, she was so traumatized after that. So Tyler continues. Once our criminal is dealt with, we see how they deal with the effective hostage. The situation shows us early in the different viewpoints of the Akane. Wait, what? Of Akane and the enforcers, Sybil. The enforcers treat the traumatized hostage like any latent criminal, but Akane believes that reasoning with these people can help. These different views lead to the ending and no doubt fall out next episode and beyond. Last note, who else really loves the... Yeah, he loves Egoist, Monster Without a Name, the ending song for this. Dude, the opening and ending of season 1 is so good.
I don't like the opening.
No, it goes a little too hard. It's like, whoa!
What?
I didn't like it.
I liked it.
Well, I like it better than season 2 anyway.
I don't like it.
But we'll get to that.
Yeah,
We won't get to that
No,
because
we
we only
won't.
do the first season.
I know,
Just doing the
but
first season.
if you
But they will
continue-
get to that
Yeah.
eventually. Someday.
You
if
guys,
choose
let
to.
me know.
I liked
After the watch
how
part.
I liked how quickly the show deals with Akane worrying about her choice, like worrying about if this is the right career for her. Like so quickly, what's his name? Is it Kogami?
Kogami, yeah.
The one she paralyzes, who's like, hey, like you actually have free will, basically, is what he tells
Yeah.
her, and she starts crying, and I was like, I want someone to talk to me like that about my insecurity. So it was just, I thought I thought the tension was going to carry through more episodes, but I actually liked that you could see the confidence in her when she's talking to her, like, manager, direct report dude.
Yeah.
And she's talking to him about like, oh, and I did the right thing. And
Yeah.
he's like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. And she was so confident, and I was so proud of her. And I was like, I gotta be that confident. So I really enjoyed the second episode for that.
And so the first episode it does that thing where I'm fresh on the job and I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And it just like makes me a little annoyed. It's like, how do you not know?
I know,
How do you not
right?
know what the enforcers are? And like, ugh.
Yeah,
Like,
how did she get an A on the thing and not know anything about that process?
Like, I get that they need to convey that information to the audience. Like, we need to know what the enforcers are, and we need to know our relationship.
It's a shortcut. It's a storytelling
But yeah,
shortcut.
every time a show does that, like that is like my biggest storytelling like peeve. I hate it so much. I'm like,
It's kind of lazy exposition, to be
yes.
honest.
It's like don't like you can do it some other way. Like I'd rather them just do narration or something. Like don't make your star character look stupid when she's supposed to be super smart.
But then in the second episode they remedy that and they say, no, everyone else is mistaken. She's the one with free will, and she made a judgment call that nobody else is able to make. So they made her look smart after that.
Yeah, I mean she is smart, but it's just that little thing. It doesn't matter how smart they are, like or are supposed to be. It's just peeve. But yeah, we actually have some other great notes on Akane.
Yeah.
Evan Simon on Facebook said,
Hey.
I really like Akane's outfit. It is able to be both professional and trendy. It isn't revealing at all, but yet is still able to show off her feminine features. Definitely the go-to apparel for any young woman trying to make her stamp on the world of corporate America. And then it goes into the men also know how to dress properly. Shinya obviously being the standout here. His jacket is definitely masculine and helps towards his alpha male persona. Chuise is also very stylish in his red tie. Definitely adds an accent to his blue sports coat. His outfit is a little informal, yet it really shows off his personality, and that's the most important thing to consider while building your wardrobe. Tuomi, however, doesn't really seem to care how the world sees him, and that trench coat screams older man who's given up on life.
So, as a frequent watcher of Project Runway, I just want to say this is like a Nina Garcia level of outfit critique. I'm really proud of you, Evan Simon, although I do not necessarily agree with everyone needing to wear like that being the go-to apparel for women.
It's good for her job.
It's good for her job.
Around.
It's definitely like if that's the look you're going for, that's the outfit you go for. Sometimes it's not the look you're going for, but I do like that red tie. I already said I'm in love with all of them automatically. It's part of my personality.
So next, we will go to our good friend Nidal Del Toro, who always writes in. So thank you so much again. Introductions and exposition aside, which I'm not trying to demerit in the least. I mean, J-Rock, people blowing up the
J-Rock,
and a death battle at the top of the topmost floor of a skyscraper? Seriously, stop it, psychopaths. You had me at J-Rock. The first episode serves to pose a question that I believe remains relevant throughout the entire story. In a society that condones the eradication of potential criminals, emphasis on potential, is there really innocent people left in the world? Welcome to the world of psychopaths.
Death Note.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just like the setup a lot. Like, the first episode just does a solid job of and the second episode, also great setup. It's just kind of like slowly easing you back into this futuristic world and just kind of like revealing all this great technology, which I am upset that does not happen in the second episode at all. Like all of this stuff just like, second season. Like it's not a spoiler. It's just that a lot of that stuff kind of gets cut out. If you guys don't know, like my second season people who have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But it's just
that's what I mean by like the show really quickly introducing a lot of things that I want questions I want answered and things I want to see more of. So when like it's like, oh, what kind of room do you want today? And it turns that depressing concrete room into this beautiful room. I was like, I want that.
Yeah, this tech is really like when
that was so cool. And the little jellyfish man, I loved him.
So cute.
I love that boy. I don't know. It's probably an it, but
little thing.
I want to pat its little head. Just be like, good job.
Good job.
But yeah, like I just enjoy how each episode so far is like slowly introduce something different about this world and like how this is futuristic and how like why and like what makes it different.
Super dystopian feel. I love it. I love dystopias.
Later on, I'm gonna get into like the Dominator because I have some thoughts on the Dominator.
Oh, do you?
But I don't want to go into it yet because they haven't really explored the theme.
We'll get there later.
I know it's really weird to be like angry about a gun and like a fictional weapon that's like trying to do a weird. It's just like
so. Really quickly, I know we'll get into this later in the show, but my first thought was this is when. You know, like the phrase "guns don't kill people, people kill people." Yeah. This is the phrase where it's the guns do kill the people.
Guns do choose.
And I was like, that is weirdly like apropos, and I was super unsettled by that. Like not in like this show is bad for doing that, but like it made me think about real life stuff.
Sure.
And so I was kind of like, oh god, the implications. So.
Yeah, there's that, but this is more of like a fictional complaint. It's like a really dumb like. Why would you do that? This messes up the fiction. But we'll get to it. Let's go to Lisa Liu. She wrote it in on Facebook. I almost didn't want to join this watch party because I don't enjoy stories that are too dark or have too much gore. However, the premise sounds super interesting so far. Sorry, there's a lot of gore in this. So despite the rape scene and literal blowing up of people, I watched the second episode. Oh, sorry, Lisa.
Thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah, yes. I'm excited to see what else she had to say. Interesting little things I noticed. In the opening scene, the blood pressure of the enforcer was 150/101, which is either a terrible reading or he is still terribly sick.
So that number is actually the crime coefficient. So
not a blood pressure reading.
Yeah. So
but I love you thought that was.
I know. I was like, whoa. But yeah, no, like based on their hue, which they were measuring with the Dominator, that 100, 150 is like too high. So I think that at that point, they're either have to be stunned, I think, right?
I don't remember what the limit is.
Yeah, I'll have to double check that. But anyway,
refresh.
Yeah, he had to be neutralized pretty much. What else did Lisa say?
The 200-calorie breakfast Akane eats looks way more than anything I've ever eaten for 200 calories.
I think because it's probably just flavored protein, like flavored tofu.
Funky, yeah.
Like, it's one of those it's like a Soylent sort of thing, or it's like not a large amount, but it's just straight up protein that's flavored. That's why it's like, I want a Chinese flavored breakfast instead of like, I want a Chinese breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, make me the food.
It was like I was sort of sad watching that scene, actually.
Yeah.
Aside from the room and the clothes changing, that was cool.
The clothes,
the clothes are great.
Yeah.
Lisa also agrees. Says, I want that closet compact. No more physically changing clothes 3 times and making my room a mess before I leave the house. Midday outfit change.
Midday outfit change is my jam.
So cool.
So my question about that is, so like so she's wearing the business outfit underneath, right? And she's changing the look of it outside. So like,
But is she?
I know that's
We
what
don't know what she's wearing.
That's why I'm confused. Like, so are you cold then? But you look like you're warm. You know? That's like okay. Anyway.
Yeah, the logistics of this technology are unexplored.
Yeah.
And unfortunately never really go explored.
Exactly.
But we need to know.
But it's cool.
Yeah, but you look cool to all your friends, so that's the important thing.
Yes.
I just like the practical aspect because my room is always a mess in the morning because I'm like, I don't like this, and I have clothes everywhere.
How cool would it be if there was like an app and you just like look at clothes and you choose it and you buy it and then it's like downloaded to your compact and you just have all those clothes.
God.
And you can try them on and just like click if you want to buy it.
That'd be so
I would
cool.
spend much more money on clothing.
I hate clothes shopping, but I love clothes, so this would be like the perfect app for me where I'm like, I'll just try it on in my room and then buy it if I want it.
Time saving. The time saving.
Yeah, but it would wreck my wallet, but it would save me so much
Save
time.
you space too.
Yes, it would.
Okay, so I have a goal for all of us.
Okay.
We need to see if there is a clothing store in this show because I don't remember if there is.
Okay.
Oh,
So I want to see
okay.
because if they have clothes, like how does that work? So if we
That's
see
a
one,
Very good question.
because I don't remember because I go to
They do go to the mall.
a mall soon. Yeah, so we'll see. We shall see.
Okay.
Wasn't that episode 2? That was episode
They were
2.
at a mall, yeah.
Yeah.
So was there?
I don't remember.
Okay,
We'll go
challenge
back
you
and look.
guys
Yeah.
next time. So last part of Lisa's thing. So what struck a huge nerve with me was when Akane's friends were supporting her without really knowing the stress of the field of work versus studying for a test. I know they were just being supportive, but so far, Kagari. Bottom line, gotta join the watch party.
Yay, thank you,
I was
Lisa.
like, reading this, I was like, oh no! Okay, I'm so glad. Yay! So that's like what we hope to like accomplish with these watch parties is like introducing you guys to new shows that you may have not tried, and also that we can always watch it together and we can talk about it, and it's a good time.
It's just begun.
Good comments. We always get such good comments from our audience. I'm so impressed with like how everyone breaks things down and notice little thing like details. Sometimes I'll be like, I didn't know that. I'm gonna go back and watch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. Psychopaths is so deep, and I can't wait for you guys to check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty fun because like the opening does offer a lot of the core themes like right off the bat. It's about like Akane like who was right here? Why does nobody question just shooting people?
Yeah.
So
I loved what I saw of it, like the first 6 episodes. I put it aside because other anime came up. I think it was spring 2015 anime or something, and so I never went back. And this is a great opportunity to go back, finally watch it because I love it. It's very much based on like Ghost in the Shell type stuff.
It's been on my, that's what it reminded me of. It's been on my list for like a really long time. So I'm glad to finally have an excuse to, because I think the moral of the story for this whole episode is it takes a lot for me to watch something because I haven't watched RWBY still, even though everyone says it's good. I like the watch party because it will actually get me to watch something that I definitely would have enjoyed anyway and get to have a cool conversation with my friends
Yeah.
and all of you.
cool. So that's it for I guess this watch party. Unless you guys got anything else?
Nope.
No.
Cool.
Yeah.
So be sure to tune in next week for episodes 3 and 4, and we'll be talking about those episodes. And you can, of course, write in again at IGN_animeclub at IGN.com. That is our email, or you can comment on the Facebook. It's just facebook.com/group/IGN Anime Club. It's called IGN Anime Club Official Group. Yeah.
Where can you watch Anime Club, Miranda? Or Kallie? Or Meghan?
iOS, PS4, Xbox One app. We have apps all over the place, including Roku and Apple TV, in addition to the other ones I said.
Yes, and thank you for sending your pictures of you watching the show. I've seen that pop up a lot on Facebook lately. That's really fun, and we appreciate that.
Mike,
That's really good.
I liked your thumbs up thing. With the picture in the picture.
The picture,
Yeah.
That. Oh yeah. I was just like, this is great.
I don't know.
And then
I
like,
didn't see
I'm
this.
like trying to like get it.
That's a good place.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, Thank you guys so much for joining us. Do you guys have anything to promote before we jump off the show this week?
Yeah, Pokemon World Championships was this weekend.
That's right.
I have a wrap-up going up today about some of the, me and Joshua Yell, who's in our LA office. He does comics, and he's also really big into the trading card games. So he and I have a partnership wrap-up where we talk about the really surprising, interesting strategies that we saw at Worlds. And then there's a number of other Worlds things, like an unboxing that I did with Alana of all of the exclusive player-only stuff that only competitive pro players get. That's anyone can
Miranda's
buy that
holding
store.
something up. You have to watch the video to see what it is.
Yeah, including and some other San Francisco themed, because it was in San Francisco this year, so San Francisco themed toys, and including the Pikachu. So just look up Pokemon World Championships 2016 IGN, and hopefully you'll find some stuff. Also, I've been tweeting it out. So yeah, please support. It's something I love to do.
Yes, and she's very good at it, may I say.
Oh yeah.
A lot of re-promotion stuff, so check out my latest episode review of Berserk. It is the best episode in the season so far, which is really important. Show is finally finding its footing, and it's really excellent.
Nice.
Also, re-promote for my Kingsglaive Final Fantasy 15 review and my interview with Aaron Paul. Yes, that Aaron Paul. You know him as Todd in BoJack Horseman. You know him, of course, as Jesse from Breaking Bad. You didn't know that? You didn't know that Todd Sanchez is Jesse?
Also Jesse?
Is also Jesse.
I did not know that.
Maybe because he's not yelling.
I was gonna say
a bad word all the time.
I almost said Jesse's catchphase, and
Yes,
I caught myself.
I also caught myself. He does not say that in Kingsglaive Final Fantasy 15 either. But when I asked him about whether he'd been a hero in real life like Nyx Ulrich in Final Fantasy 15, he gave me the most amazing answer. So to find out what that answer is, you gotta read that interview with Aaron Paul on IGN.com. It's the best answer. Oh my gosh, my heart.
Dang.
Love it.
I just remembered a thing.
Oh.
But you go ahead, Mike.
Okay. I'm still trying to get Let's Plays on the channel as well as other channels.
The channel being youtube.com/anime club.
Oh yeah. So please go there. The more you watch, the more we can do. So please watch those. And I'll try to get more on the site. So.
Cool.
I just remember that Geass is on Funimation, except it's like the first 4 episodes and then like the last 4 or something. But then they'll release more later, I heard.
You said that really fast. What anime?
Geass.
Oh, Geass.
Oh, is that
I'm so excited.
that post?
Yeah, so if you haven't, I don't even care if you know what it is, just go watch it. Like, just please go watch it. It's one of my favorite anime of all time, and I'm so excited because it was not licensed for a really long time.
Yeah.
And so, or it was licensed, it just hadn't been published or anything anywhere.
Are they gonna put more episodes up?
Presumably. I've heard that this is something, I haven't actually seen Funimation do this, but I guess sometimes they'll load up a few episodes and then do the rest after the Blu-ray is out or something.
Okay.
So
is there
I'm not
Blu-ray
sure.
out?
Not
coming
yet.
out?
It's coming
Okay.
out this year. So later this year, the Blu-ray will be out. Buy it, watch it.
But I can
cry,
watch the first
and
few
love it.
episode now on
Yes.
Funimation
Yes. So
in
if you want to
preparation.
give it a little try.
Get hooked is what
Get
she's
hooked
saying.
now.
Okay.
And then we can all cry together.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to cry.
anyway, also I'm doing that review later this week. Attack on Titan, so look out for that. And that's really the most important thing I have for me this week.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
yeah, we good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good.
Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Please rate us on iTunes.
Yeah.
We love you, so please give us 5 stars. And you can love us too, and we love you.
So much love.
IGN Anime Club episode 61.
Yay anime!
Yay.
Yay anime!
Yay anime.
Hi guys.